What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Right now, we are dragging ass. I haven't made a video in a couple days about this thing, and I'm sorry. I think it's literally been 2 days, but the last time that I made a video, I know I said that we're probably going to move to that 220 to 225 area, 223 more specifically. From a low to a high point, our 382 is right there at 223. I know you can't really see it. Let's see here if I can squish it. It's just right in that spot right there, 223. And that would make sense. Previous kind of area of support resistance here, as well as if we take this line from low to low here, we'd find support right on this trend line. Now, if we look at it like this, we put it to the candle body close or open here actually. Maybe we found support here, support here, support here, and support here. But I do have a theory, or maybe not a theory, but an observation of Bitcoin Cash, and that is that it loves to mess with people. It loves to mess with us, man. It loves to toy with our hearts, and it knows just how to do that, right? Like here's a perfect example. You got your top here, and then it looks like you have like a double top kind of in this area. You even have the move down to like make people think, oh, it's going to go lower. I know I did. I thought it was going to go lower. And then boom, just kidding, we're going to go higher, right? We had this over here where it's like you've got a double bottom, you've got your low here, and it's like, oh, we even got the positive move afterwards. It looks like a double bottom. Just kidding. Psych. Like it loves to mess with us. So I really, the fact that we have this here, and it kind of looks like we're holding this support line, right? It looks like a double bottom. It wouldn't surprise me if we moved up a little bit from here, only ultimately to just move down lower. And maybe we move down this low, maybe we don't. I am predicting that we move down to about 220 to 225, somewhere in that area, more specifically 223. But we could drop lower than that. I am expecting that altcoins are going to have a bit of a slump this month. I think that November is notorious for, I know November, we know, I made a video about it talking about altcoins and Bitcoin a couple days ago, and November is notorious for significant drops. It is the beginning of the month still. It's the third, at least as far as this chart's concerned, it's the third. So we could, over the next couple weeks, move up higher and then have our 30% drop from there. And a 30% drop, I don't know. Let's just kind of get an idea here. From top to bottom here, moved up to the 1414 area. From top to bottom here, moved up to the 1272. And then, I don't know, maybe from, no, that's not really good enough. Okay, whatever. So 1414, 1272. Top, if we think the bottom is going to be at about 223 to bottom there, maybe we move up to 284 or 293, something like that. Let's just say the 1272. A 30% drop from there would take us still below $200. And if it was a 30, I think 34 was the average, that would take us down to about 186. If we were to drop from this top here by that much, it would take us even lower. But one way or another, guys, this kind of price action below $200 is still completely possible for Bitcoin Cash. I know that things look bullish right now, and I do think ultimately we're on our way higher. I don't think that this low is going to be taken out. But we're definitely in a position where we can see price action. We're at 237 now. We could absolutely see price action below $200. So just be aware of that. Don't be scared by that. If you see that, it's just a prime buying opportunity. That's all it is. So, and if it doesn't happen, cool. I will happily be wrong. My bags are packed for Bitcoin Cash. I'm not playing the game. I'm not buying and selling anymore. The more up it goes, the better. So if I'm wrong on it having some kind of significant drop later on this month, cool, great. But besides that notion, I do think in the meantime we go up a little bit. We're already moving up a little bit. I think this video started at 236. Maybe it didn't, I don't know. But I bet we move up probably back to this area where we found resistance time and time again. Probably around about 240 to 250, somewhere in that area. And then from there we'll turn around, break through these lows and make a move down to, I think, around that 223 area. And that could happen all within the next day. That could happen like today and tomorrow. It could be over the course of the next like 48 hours. It might take longer to do, but I would think it'd be something quick like that. So that's really all I have to say. I don't think I have anything else to say other than I'm sorry I haven't talked about it on the daily, man. I love talking about Bitcoin Cash, but it's been boring, you know, and I've had a lot of requests and I've got a lot of excuses. So that's all I got is excuses. I should talk about this thing every day though, man, because it is something that I expect to be a top performer. You know, I've mentioned this a few times. Some of you hear me say $13,000 and you think I'm crazy, but maybe I don't give the context from all-time high to all-time low. If you take your fib, arguably the most significant fib that we have for Bitcoin Cash, you literally found resistance in the 61869 area. You tipped the 786 technically, came down, held support on your 069, went above, kind of found resistance in the 382, just below it, found support on your 236, and now we're moving higher. You're showing respect on this thing. With how you've reacted, I would expect that the next time you see this 61869 area that you go higher. And if we do that, on the second attempt, go higher than on the 618, if we break through it, and then maybe we check back and find support, maybe we go up and we check support on a higher level, something like that. But if we get a positive reaction, something like this, and I think we will, the likely area that we would go to, so likely in fact I call it the expected area, this is like the expected zone, would be between the 1272 and the 1618. Now I personally don't expect this area to be hit, so I am throwing more of an emphasis on here, but just generally with fibs, especially with big fibs like this, whenever you react positively with the 618 to 69 area, you look for extensions, and the area that you look for, it's not just one extension, it's like these three. It's between the 1618 and the 1272. And these lines are just lines, they're not magnets, they're not walls. You can go just below it, you could go a little bit above it, you know, maybe you tip it specifically on the dot, but you don't have to, you know, it's just a line. So don't hold it to a T. If we look at this thing, if I take away all the junk, you can see right that we've found resistance at the 382, but we did just a little bit below. We didn't actually touch the line. We found support at the 236, but we wicked just below. We didn't actually like tip the line itself, right? We held the 69, the 069 very well, but still tipped. You know, we went through it a little bit on a wicking basis. So they're not perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. It's a guide. It's an idea. And really what I look for with fibs is like the relationship. And right now the relationship I'm seeing, I like. It looks constructive. And I'm excited. I definitely do believe that we're going to at least see this price, and probably likely see prices that are even above $20,000. But to really convince me, to make it like bring it to the bank, man, bet the farm, like this thing's going the distance. Let's get a positive reaction with this level here. And however that looks, just a positive reaction. What I don't want to see, what I can tell you what I don't want to see is something like this. You know, that's what I don't want to see. And that could happen, and it could ultimately be bullish, but the more bullish thing would be to have a positive reaction on this next attempt. So, you know, that's just some of the more usual stuff. I do think that this is definitely possible by the end of this cycle, $13,000, if not $23,000, maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower, but in this general range by the end of the cycle. In the more immediate term, I think we go up a little bit. We're at 237 now. Maybe we go up to about 240 to 250, and then we come back down to about 220, 225, maybe even directly at that 223 level. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. Remember that November is very prone to dramatic drops, you guys. Very, very dramatic drops. So that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. That's nothing to get scared and sell for. That should be, if you're looking to buy, that should be an exciting moment to buy. If you want to play the game and risk it, go ahead and risk it. You know, you can sell here or try and time the drop and sell it then, whatever. But you know, if you're still here, guys, if you're still here, I have a theory. You know, they say show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Well, you know, with that total 2 analysis that I did the other day, saying altcoins are in trouble, that video, and then the Bitcoin November analysis, that one too, the charts are telling me that we're going to have a shit show. Maybe not a shit show, but we are going to at some point shit the bed this month. You know, we're going to see a sizable drop this month. We only have 28 days left in the month, 27, I mean, including today, 28 days left in the month. So not a whole lot of time to see that kind of movement. I would expect that we get some big negative news. There's probably going to be some big like thing that negatively impacts crypto, and then after it happens, as soon as it happens, who cares? We're going to recover from it phenomenally. Like that's what's going to happen. But mark my words, something's going on right now, guys. They're typing up their stories. They're getting all their rough drafts written down, and they're going to publish it soon. Like whatever it is, whatever story it is, there's going to be some kind of news that's negative, and maybe it's world. What's the word I'm looking for? Maybe it affects the world. Maybe it just affects the crypto space. But it's going to be something that everybody's going to be talking about. It's going to be the reason for this drop. But if you're watching the channel, if you've made it this far, at least on this episode, you guys know that we've already plugged this in, man. The charts are already telling us that something's going to happen. It's not the news that's going to drive the price. The price is going to happen. It's going to happen to the downside, but the manipulators of the market, they need a reason for it, right? They don't want people to get the idea that they're manipulating the markets so they can buy things cheaper. No. They want to get the idea that it's moving down because this horrible, tragic thing happened, or this unfortunate thing happened. Maybe it'll be something as dumb as like something that's been used classic like time and time again, which is some exchange got hacked years ago and now they're selling off all their Bitcoins, something like that. You know, it might be something very insignificant like that even, but I just bet there will be some kind of negative news story to come out. That's all the last little bit of this ramble has been about. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I think I've got 30 left to go. It's incredible, guys. Thank you very much. I'm very, very appreciative, and I just feel just extremely grateful, man. I wanted to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. We're almost there. And, you know, besides talking more, I think I'm just going to end it there. So thank you guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye.